Good evening. I would like to welcome you to the Royal Oak chapter of the National English Honor Society's Induction and Senior Recognition Ceremony. My name is Kelsey Bierling, and I have the honor of being the English Department Chair here at Upper Darby High School. Our membership is unique. We celebrate our love of the study of English. Most people would groan at that. We love reading and writing. We love the study of words and the depth of meaning our language affords us. We have discovered, whether early or late, that reading is a passport to other worlds, that words are the vehicle that take us there. We know that our first teachers are magicians. There is something magical that happens when the squiggles on the page form into recognizable letters and words when a child first reads the page of a book and discovers the power that comes with this skill. This is the magic that we've been given and continue to wield as we share our love of reading and language with those around us. As members of the National English Honor Society, you understand the importance of language, of reading, the value of listening, the significance of expression. You have proven yourselves capable of serious study of English language and the pursuit of pursuing truth in works of literature or in your own creative expressions of prose or poetry. Being a member of this organization and of the English community as a whole requires that you continue these efforts and prepare yourselves to take into the world the truths you have found, sharing with others your joy and appreciation of our discipline. So what does it mean to be the member of an honor society? We know at minimum it means to maintain the exemplary grade point average that is required for admission. And while we as a society always place a strong emphasis on our academic performance, we also know that the world is filled with many smart people who don't always demonstrate the morals and ethics that are at the very core of our Honor Society membership. As Honor Society members, you are leaders of the class and represent the very best of our school. Let me be the first to congratulate our new officers and inductees. Please welcome Mardia Woodson to the podium for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Please join us in the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
The UDHS motto, Yelas Shal Midar, is Old English for duty goes with honor. The motto represents one of the earliest forms of our language. It affirms and celebrates an obligation to use one's gift in service to others. Service to peers, school, and community are part and parcel of the NEHS mission, and indeed, in the grammatical structure of the Old English phrase, duty actually preceded honor. Tonight, each member will receive certain items as they are formally installed as in the chapter. The certificate is an outward symbol of their membership in this fellowship. Their pin is an outward symbol of membership, not just for today, but for years to come, displaying the emblem of the society. The royal and gold ribbon marks the colors of our society. The royal blue has long been associated with creativity and inspiration, and the gold represents excellence and nobility of spirit. The white carnation has historically been a symbol of distinction and truth. The qualities these items represent are the cornerstones of this fellowship. Help us applaud our keystone speaker, Daily Times editor, Phil Herron.
Good evening. First, let me start by thanking Kelsey Bierling for the invitation, Dr. McGarry for inviting me here tonight. It certainly is an honor. I would especially like to extend my heartiest congratulations to all the new members and the existing members of the Royal Oak chapter of the National English Honor Society. You know, I was driving over here tonight and I was tempted to say, maybe I should start with something like, it was a dark and stormy night. But then I said, no, you can't do that. There's really nothing worse than stealing someone else's line. But I will steal someone else's line now. A lifetime ago, a very, very wise editor gave me what I consider the perfect description of someone like a journalist or a writer who loves the language and in particularly loves to write. He told me, in general, we all hate to write, but we love to have written. Now think about that. Get out your little diagrams, diagram the sentence. That is really at the heart. It's at the heart of what I do every day. It's at the heart of what you do every day. People ask me all the time, this idea, they seem for some reason fascinated about what I do for a living. I create a newspaper and, of course, now, naturally, a website every day. And I constantly update that. It gives me the ability to write every day. And people are always wondered, what was it that sparked that kind of interest in you? And I imagine it's the same kind of things that you are experiencing now, at least that I hope that you do. Because there are several seminal life events in my life which, without question, shaped who I am and what I do, and maybe some of those same things would have happened to you. Now, I can tell you that without question, the number one event in my life was the fact that the house that I grew up in and the parents that I grew up under would not for even a second, a millisecond, consider the notion of starting their day without consuming at least one, and very likely several, daily newspapers. Now, you probably thought that you were getting the night off, but I'm here to tell you that you're not, because we're getting a pop quiz right now. Show of hands, please. Be kind. When is the last time any of you have read a print edition of the newspaper? My man, stand up and take a bow down there. The what? I didn't hear you. Huh? Oh, okay. Daily Times. Yeah, okay, I got you. Good. That is where literally I started. I sat at that kitchen table dutifully every day, waiting for my father to get done with the sports section, which he inevitably had neatly folded and creased to one particular page in the sports section. Any of you kids going to guess what page that was? And I'm going to tell you right now, I ask this question all the time. Kids inevitably never get this correct. Some of the older people, my generation, might get it. What page do you think my father was interested in the sports section? Not the box scores, not the game stories, not the comics, not the horoscopes. Every day I would get that paper, complete with my father's butter and jelly smudges on it, creased and neatly folded to that day's horse racing entries. My father liked the ponies. My mother would probably put that a different way. But that's where I initially got my love of writing and the newspaper, sitting there and getting that paper from him every day. Without question, seminal life event number 2 was something that you may have experienced. I don't know. It's possible. And that would be, for the first 8 years of my educational life, I sat at the fairly firm right hand of the Sisters Servants of the Immaculate Heart of Mary. And I'm here to tell you I can diagram a sentence like nobody's business. I know my subject, object, and predicate. Hey! That's a slanted line there, young man. But the truth of the matter is that the nuns instilled in me a tremendous love of language and communicating, which I carry with me today, all these years later. Now, if you were going to ask me about my science and math skills, I would tell you that, hey, let's talk about the Baltimore Catechism instead. I can give you that verbatim, but I can't. My math and science skills, totally my fault, having nothing to do with the nuns. That notion of communicating is something which is you're going to find invaluable, what you are doing here today. Because when you leave here, when you leave Upper Darby High, you're going to find that you are going to have to be able to do 2 things. You're going to have to be able to get people to understand what it is that you want to do in 2 specific ways. You're going to have to tell them probably verbally, be able to communicate, and you're going to have to be able to do that in a written fashion. And I can tell you, as I'm sure that you probably already realize, there is almost nothing as daunting as sitting there in front of that blank screen, waiting for you every day, every time you sit in front of it, to fill it up with words and images and stories that you think that people might want to read. People ask me all the time, what's the best thing about being a newspaper editor? I always tell people, that's a great question. I think I have a good answer. And I tell people every day I get to walk into my office and say it was you were walking into a classroom. I get to walk over to that chalkboard. Yeah, I'm old, I know. It's a chalkboard, not a whiteboard. I get to pick up the eraser, erase everything that's on that chalkboard, and I get to create a brand new element every day from scratch. I usually speak to a lot of groups, a lot of high school kids, a lot of service organizations, adults, and I always wait because I'm hoping that there's an enterprising young person who realizes there is a very, very clear follow-up question that needs to be asked. Mr. Herron, what's the worst thing about being a newspaper editor? And I always tell people, that's a very good question. I think I have a very good answer. Every day I get to walk into my office and I get to create that newspaper from scratch every day. There are no off days. There are no slow news days. There are only days ending in a Y. So I will offer you a couple of pieces of advice. And I, again, congratulate you on your writing skills. People always ask me, well, what do you write about? How do you find topics to write about? What do you consider news? What isn't news? When people always tell me that they are writers and they enjoy writing, I always ask them a question. What have you written today? There is a feeling that a lot of people have. And usually when I'm speaking to groups, I'm in a classroom, so I usually will go over towards near where the windows are. And they'll say, tonight, after I look at a little TV and after I go through my text messages and emails, and after I call my friends, I'm sure the mood will strike me and I will sit down and probably write something. It is a romantic notion that doesn't fly very well when you're actually out there in the world. What you are going to find is that you are not only going to have to be able to write, as you all clearly enjoy and do now, but you're going to have to write quickly, accurately, and faster than you ever thought possible. We are delivering information today. It just frightens me to death some days how fast we deliver information. So know that those things are coming. There are, however, a couple of things that you can do today to help you when that time comes. I know that I am old, and I'm going to prove it now by mentioning something which I really hope that you have some idea what I'm talking about. The image that I want to convey to you is that I don't know anyone, I've never encountered anyone who was worth their salt at all as a writer who wasn't something else. And that would be a voracious reader. So I would certainly urge you to do that. And the image that I want to give you is, tell me that you know of, and maybe somewhere way back in that closet at home, you have something called a slinky. Anyone know what a slinky is? Well, it does something other than be able to go down the steps, believe me. When you hold those steel coils in your hands, think about it this way. In this hand is reading. You're taking all that information in, and you take it over to here, and this is writing. This is the inbox in reading. This is the outbox when you're writing. They go together. You also now have something that I do not have, and I would urge you to use it wisely. I cannot buy it. If I hit the Powerball tonight, I could not go out and purchase it It is outside of my realm. It is something that I have long since given up on. But it is something that you have right now. I urge you to use it wisely. You have time. Use this time wisely, as you have obviously already done. And I would urge you something else. I not only am a dinosaur in an awful lot of ways, but I'm a dinosaur in writing. I think Kelsey might be able to tell you that even in emails, I have a tendency to be a bit formal in my writing. Be very, very wary of the shortcuts out there. Every once in a while, I know it's hard to do, every once in a while, put this down. It's going to run your life. Don't worry about it. It's going to be out there when you're done. Take your writing seriously, as you've already done. Please accept my heartiest congratulations, and know that regardless of what else is happening, you, right here in this room and in this community, are part of a miracle. It's something that I actually wrote about today. I hope everyone here had a chance to see that. When this country thought about the idea of a melting pot and taking all those people from different backgrounds and putting them together and creating the American dream, they should have come to Upper Darby and to Upper Darby High, and in particular to a group like this. My heartiest congratulations. Great work. I hope to see some of you publishing items in the near future. Take care.
On behalf of the NEHS, I present this charter to the Royal Oak Chapter of the National English Honor Society. You, your members, and those who will follow are charged to accept it in the words of our motto, duty goes without honor, or with honor. It's an important one. This charter carries with it commitment to the mission of the founders of the society to promote mastery of written expression, encourage worthwhile reading, and foster fellowship among students who excel in English studies. You are further charged to share your gifts by service to society and by fostering literacy. Do you accept these charges?
On behalf of the members, we accept this charter from the National English Honor Society. We dedicate our chapter to the goals of the society and our fidelity to the legacy left to us by our founders.
May you find yourself, this chapter, and this school always responsive to the mission of the society to confer national distinction upon secondary school students for high achievement in English language and literature, to provide through local chapters, cultural stimulation in secondary school environments, to encourage interest in the English language arts, to promote exemplary character and good fellowship, and to serve society by fostering literacy. Please welcome Zoe Demetriadis, outgoing president of the Royal Oak Chapter of NEHS.
All right, well, will Malia Dawes please stand? It will be the duty of the president to preside at all chapter meetings, to fill, with the advice of the chapter advisor, all appointive offices, appoint all committees, order drafts on the treasury, and exercise general supervision over the chapter's activities. Are you ready to assume the duties of your role?
I am.
Okay, well then, congratulations, Malia.
We are now ready to install our officers for this year. Each officer has important duties, and each is, in his or her own sphere, responsible for the chapter's success. We first give charge to the office of the treasurer. The office of the treasurer is an important one, for you must accept the responsibility of receiving, recording, and distributing funds. It will be your duty to keep an accurate record of all monies paid into the chapter treasury. Working with the chapter advisor, you will pay all bills promptly so that the chapter remains a reputation for honesty and efficiency. You will at all times be prepared to furnish information concerning the financial condition of the chapter. Are you ready to assume the duties of your office?
I am.
We shall now give charge to the historian. Will Mardia Woodson come forward? My fellow member, it will be your duty to keep record of all events in which our esteemed group participates. You will keep and add to the permanent record any and all clippings, rosters, programs, correspondence, pictures, etc. of our group. In years to come, when members now on the scene have gone, these permanent records will become a testament to what we have done to advance the study of English. Are you ready to assume the duties of your office?
I am.
We shall now give charge to the secretaries. Will the The secretary's duty is to keep an accurate record of all meetings and the chapter and working with the vice president to keep the membership record accurate and up to date. Working with our chapter advisor, you will be responsible for notifying members of meetings and keeping them informed of other chapter events. You will also be responsible for all communication between the chapter and the school, other chapters, and any other persons. Are you ready to assume your duties of your office?
We are.
Okay. We shall now give charge to the vice president. It is the duty of the vice president to perform all duties of the president in his or her absence and to cooperate with him or her to promote the chapter's interest. It is also your duty to prepare and instruct inductees for the induction ceremony and to serve with the chapter advisor as a program co-chair. Working with the treasurer, you are to maintain accurate membership records for the chapter. Are you ready to assume the duties of your office?
I am.
Let us welcome our new NEHS officers. This special meeting of the Royal Oak Chapter of the National English Honor Society is called to order. Have we any new business before us?
We have.
The chapter treasurer is recognized.
Madam President, I have the honor of bringing forth before you and the membership and our honored guests, candidates seeking membership in the Royal Oak Chapter of the National English Honor Society.
You may present the candidates.
Candidates, upon careful examination of your academic accomplishments in the field of English, in recognition of what you have already done, and in hopeful anticipation of what you will continue to do, I present you to this assembly, to our chapter advisors, and to our chapter officers.
Madam Treasurer, have these candidates satisfied all of the requirements for membership?
Each has satisfied all chapter requirements for membership.
Madam Secretary, are their membership documents in order?
Each has membership and documents in order.
Candidates have been presented by the Vice President, verified by the Treasurer and Secretary, and approved by the general membership. You may now take upon yourselves the honors and obligations of membership in the Royal Oak Chapter of the National English Honor Society. If you are ready to do so, answer, "I am ready for membership." Only persons of high scholarship in English are admitted to our fellowship. We join with others from across the country in celebration of all fields of English and acknowledging that a life in which literature and good writing are a significant part is a life worth living. To accept membership in the Royal Oak Chapter of the National English Honor Society, you must say your name as you sign the permanent roll of this chapter. It is the first part of your ongoing legacy to the officers and members who shall follow in years to come.
When I call your name, please come forward to be recognized. Noshin Ahmed, Adakor Alate, Hina Ansari, John Kavanaugh, Tina Chibane. Eleni Dimitriadis. Jack DePrimio. Luke Finley. Dylan Ford. Jessica Gian. Cassidy Gorman. Rachel Halbin. Richard Hims. Asaful Islam. Terrell Jenkins. Harveer Kaur. Shurjina Kazi. Cassidy Kong. Chris Kruba. Ria Kumar. Mia Lasky. Mia McMullen. Luke Nikimson. Jessica Nguyen. Zaheen Saz. Riza Sadak. Emma Scouten. Ishika Sharma. Ume Siddiqa. Tasneem Siddiq. Rupali Singh. Amy Smith. Miriam Tangara. Ava Tyrone. Tammy Tran.
I now declare you to be members in full standing in the Royal Oak Chapter of the National English Honor Society. We welcome you into the fellowship of this chapter and to the larger fellowship of members throughout the country. Will everyone please join me in welcoming our new members and officers? Please welcome Mr. Wayne Remy to the stage.
Will the senior members stand to be recognized? The cord you are about to receive is a symbol of the ties that you have to the National English Honor Society, your high school, and your community. It also serves as a reminder of the obligation that you have as a member of NEHS to promote your love of literature and language in all you do. Wear it with pride at your graduation. Malia Dawes, Sarah DeMott, Kat Vivo, Nishita Sarker, Marissa Keeley, Mardia Woodson, Luke Finley, Shergina Kazi, Mia Lasky, Luke Nikimson, Reza Sadak, Mariam Tangora, Esther Akande, Tarana Anana, Tasnia Anana, Amina Beg, Carmela Beretta, Leah Brown, Genevieve Bruce, John Kavanaugh, Damaris Chipola, Faria Chowdhury, Sunny Chowdhury, Catherine Chu, Isabella Collins, Judith Colt, Devin Conaway, Sienna Dale, Christopher Dwyer, Sabrina Ella, Emily Fedden, Anthony Flaminio, Bianca Garcia, Bridget Garcia, Nina Hoback, Nusrath Jahan, Haja Jala, Emilio Camanusa, Colleen Keck, Violet Lang, Gabriella Liberio, Adrian Locke, Cecilia Long, Shanisha McGuire, Stephanie Miranda, Amatun Nisa, Danielle O'Brien, Kenitha Posavan Sitong, Jasmine Pierre, Joe Ricci, Selin Santosh, Riza Sharif, Evelyn Schätzlein, Gauravpreet Singh, Michael Salomu, Christine Sue, Sarah Sullivan, Emily Thompson, Marguerite Thompson, Gabriella Vazari, Kendall Wilson, and Mia Yoko.
Ladies and gentlemen, honored guests, that marks the end of our ceremony. We have a small reception prepared in the lobby. Please feel free to join us there. And I made them promise to smile for as many pictures as you want to take, and they're not allowed to complain. You probably have about 30 minutes before that wears off. But congratulations to our members again. You amaze me every single day. And I speak that from my heart. I see what you do in your classrooms. I check up on you, whether you know I do or not. You're doing amazing things. And you are an honor to Upper Darby High School and an honor to National English Honor Society. So welcome to our new members. Congratulations to our seniors. And let's go have some lemonade.